What is going up, everybody? So we are going to be doing our Sunday stock talk here. We are ready to rock and roll here. Let me plug in my computer to make sure we are good. I am just checking a few things here, and I am about to post this here in the group chat. Just checking it right now. Pulling it up. Alrighty. So let me just take this. Sorry for the let's just okay. Everyone. Alright, sorry. Want to make sure everybody is good to go here right now. Alright, I think we are ready to begin our stock talk here. That's kind of wait for a few people to join. Welcome, every. I'll just say welcome. Alrighty, so now we are. Looks like we are good to go for the moment here. Alright, nice. Okay. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, so as you guys can see, we have a couple stocks that I kind of want to talk about. The first one here is IDXG. If I'm looking off to the side, that is just because I have another monitor over there, and it's it's easier for me, so I can keep the stuff that records up here, my chat room, up here, just so everybody can come and join with us. All right, so we have IDXG, and it looks like this has a pretty strong support at that 142 area, and a pretty solid resistance upwards of 148 all the way up to about 150. It's more along the lines of 150 because that's that $0.50 mark. And if you guys know anything, stocks tend to bounce at whole or $0.50. But this stock right now, it looks like it's upwards of 152. So now it could look like a break to 160 would be the next support area. But other than that, this seems like a pretty good indication that we have that upward trend right now. Let's see how it looks the 10-day mark. So 10-day, the best 10 days, it's hit a high of 158, which is good. So now it has had that previous running power, but it's a cheaper stock, so you just got to be cautious of that, because I am better at trading stocks in between $3 and $6. So something like this that falls a little outside my comfort zone, I just have to be cautious and keep an eye on it. And if you guys don't know what the challenge I'm doing a $500 Robinhood account challenge to see if we can do some swing trade tactics and push it upwards of hopefully that $2,000 mark would be fantastic. But so we have IDXG looking for a possibility to push from 142 upwards of 150, and let's see what that percent return is. So 142. So from this trade, it would be about a 5% return. But it's at 152 right now, so we might just have to wait this one out to see if this will pop back down, because it looks like it has had previous history of popping up during pre-market, and then during the day it falls back down and then squeezes back up. Alright, so that one seems like a pretty solid one. Next one here is PRNW. B. This one is a recent IPO. It's up 92%, which is crazy. I normally would always keep this like not, I would never really trade it here. But since this is a recent IPO, has a strong support here at $30, I thought, what the heck, let's see if we can make a trade off it if it pops down, because it has popped down and immediately pulled all the way back up. So let's see what the reward for this one would be. This one would be about 13%, and if we ever hopped in, we would set our resistance very, very tight, or our support or stop loss. I'm getting all my words mixed up today. But we would set our stop loss very, very tight. I'm just posting something on Facebook to tell everyone that we are live. Alright, so let's go. Whoa. My computer's like acting really slow right now for some reason. Alright, so it looks like we are good on Facebook. Sorry about this, guys. I know this isn't why you are here, but it's just we gotta get some more people in here. Alright, so like I was talking about, PRMB, you know, it has popped down to that $30 mark, and it's popped back up upwards of $32. So I really want to see how it looks tomorrow, because if you guys see that one day is a lot more clear that, you know, it's hanging around, it has some volume, and now let's see if it can pop back down and see if we can get a nice play off it. I think we really can execute on this trade pretty well. You know, it went from 25 all the way up to $36. So you just got to be cautious with these types of plays, and they move very fast, especially with a lot of volume. The spreads are going to be crazy, so if you are using Robinhood, always set a limit order, because if you do a market, you're going to be getting a very bad fill, and you don't want that. All right, next one here is Apple. All right, let's go. This one is just more of the lines of a stock that I could trade. So as you guys can see, there's nice support here at 1671. So I said, what the heck, let's set an alert and, you know, see if we can get a pop back down and a nice pull or a nice gap back up. So, you know, there's a nice hard resistance at about $28. You know, it's tapped it multiple times and just immediately got rejected and fell and crashed all the way down. So now I think if this continues to fall down, we could catch some support at about $20 or $220. So that's where I'm about to set this alert. So now when this thing falls, I am going to most likely make a trade off it. Alright, so we are, you know, I think we could definitely execute this trade pretty well if this thing ever goes south. But I'm not sure what's going on. It turns out my computer, right there, it looks like my stream health is very, very bad for some reason. I might start closing some of the tabs. Let's close out on some of these. Alright, let's get rid of these. But, alright, so like I was saying before, so, you know, Apple, it's a strong company. We could easily make a play off this just like I did earlier this week. I actually bought it when it tapped down here at 20, about 15. Around here I got a nice fill, and I sold nearly at that top. It was 27 something, I'm not sure. But so, you know, you can make trades on these all day long. with these blue chip stocks and make, you know, 50 bucks a day, which is nice. So next one, Dee Gasps. So Dee Gasps is a very, very popular stock. Right now it has that nice upward trend, and it has had that high of 25.36 the past 5 days. So when it taps it, if it does, it's going to most likely get rejected and fall down. So we always just got to keep this on watch and realize that, okay, if this thing taps it, we can maybe get either a resistant breakout or a nice, a nice reversal and go for the short side. So just from that would be pretty nice. All right, the next one here is Ford, and Ford is a company that I have been buying up shares every time it pretty much falls. The reason I do that, I'll show you. Let's go 180. So it is on that downward trend right now, which, you know, isn't the best scenario, but each time it pops down, if you look, it pops down, and then within the next 5 days, it pops back up. Then it falls back down, pops back up. And right now, it's just in that consolidation mark. So that's where I pretty much loaded up on share size, just because of how that stock is. I know it's a very, very large company, so it can definitely move. And people always tend to buy stocks that they know. The only thing that isn't good, if you look at that chart, is we have still this downward trend. And if you guys know my rules, I hate trading downward trends. I think it's one of the stupidest things you guys can do as traders. But if you look, let's change that date. Let's go 1 year. I don't know if it will come up. I want to show you my 2 alerts. They're set really low because of what this stock has done in the, I was just at that, hold on. What this stock has done in that financial crisis we had in 2008. Let's go daily. Max available. And now let's just go week, because it's going to be a little easier here. All right, so if you guys see it now, it looks a lot clearer. Look at this right here. Okay, so we have a huge sell-off from $16 all the way down to $1. Now look at this. We have this huge sell-off. Whoa. We have this huge sell-off from $18 all the way down to $9 right now. So I set an alert at $6.70 just because it has that possibility to bounce, and we could get a huge share size. But if it continues to fall and we can get $1.50 a share on Ford stock, I'm telling you, we're gonna buy a couple $1,000 or most likely a couple $1,000 in shares with this company, because of how well this company is. It's a very large blue chip stock. The prices are always cheap, and they pay a super good dividend. So this is where I'm going to execute if the market goes bad. But for right now, I'm mostly just keeping an eye on that 670 mark, because it tapped it twice, 3 times, 4 times. So now if it taps it, I think we could get a nice play off it, whether it's only 8% or 10%. We could still execute on this. And then if it ever falls down to that 150 mark, we're going to buy probably $3,000 or $4,000, 3,000 or 4,000 shares, and really load up our portfolio. So once that market turns around, we can start making that $10,000 or $15,000, which would be fantastic. Because if you think about it, if you bought this stock, let's see how well you would have done. You easily would have tripled your money. So let's say you bought at $2, just $2.10. So, and let's say you held it and you missed the big peak and you sold down here. That's still a $580 86% return. I'm not saying that this will happen. I'm just saying that this is a possibility. And if you guys know anything about the stock market, history tends to repeat itself. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm really going to see if we can make this one play out. But for right now, yes, we are not going to touch it unless it hits that 670 mark, just because of how the stock is. All right, next one here is INO. This one has just been a very, very crazy stock this past week. All right, where are we at? Let's go 10 days. All right. So if you guys know NIO is pretty much the Tesla stock of China. They released a whole bunch of things on MarketWatch saying, that they're, let's pull it up here actually. So let's just go MarketWatch NIO. Let's see if we can get something. All right. All right, so NIO right now is up about 2% pre-market. That's not bad. I was looking. All right. So pretty much, it's it's saying that it's going to have the same issues as Tesla, and it's just having a crazy attention. But this stock is a very, very good stock. I don't know if it will ever be as big as Tesla or what's going on with it, but I think it's something to keep an eye on. And just from that, I am going to see if we can make a trade at 636. If it pops down, we're going to be notified and buy up some shares, because it looks like there is a nice support there. It tapped it twice, and both times it bounced, which looks good for me. Which looks good. All right, alrighty. So let's see what else we got. All right, next one here is TIS. This one was up about 13% today, and same thing. It has that resistance at about 435 area, but also it's going to have some trouble with this area. Hold on. It's going to have some trouble with this area right here at about 467. And I know you might say, oh, well, it already broke it. Well, it did, but look at what happened. It immediately flagged out, which could be one of two things. It could, bounce off it, or it could break back down. Either way, it should be a pretty good one to keep on watch here. But if that all goes bad, it has a nice support at around that 250 mark. Remember what I always tell you guys: stocks tend to bounce at whole dollars and half dollars, and look what happens, 250. That's where buyers tend to want to enter it. It's just, I don't know why. That's just how it is. All right, last one here is CVM. So it has popped down to that $3 mark, so we are actually going to set an alert, because if you guys look, it's tapped it once here, got rejected, broke it, and when stocks break resistance with this much momentum, the previous resistance turns into the new support. So now we are going to really keep an eye on this one and see if it can pop back down, because it's tapped it 1, nearly 2, and 3 times. So if this thing starts to fall down, we know that we can really make a trade off this. And it has, from here, it has a resistance of 444, but honestly, it's more along the lines of $4. About right there. That's where the stock's going to play for probably a couple of days. So That's it, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, these stocks I'm going to keep on watch for this week. I am getting tired. It's getting late, and I can't wait to start my challenge tomorrow, building up a $500 account. That's it, though. Peace out. Hold on a sec. All right, that's it, though. Remember to always stay happy, stay positive, and I hope everybody has a fantastic night tonight.